we had looked at time, we had looked at the word time, and to see how the word time really correlates with the issues of this quarantine that we are in right now. And we see that time equals 26, no, it equals 20. We have looked at how 20 equals 8, or 26 to be precise, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So 8 is the this it 8 is the sin, if you like. It is the sin that has put us in so many hot pursuit, if you like. It's really the template that is broken, or has to be broken, or has to be recreated. Now, I will show you why it is so in Genesis of chapter 1, where Mother Eve really explains about her lettings. So basically, I have done some presentations on that, but there are 8 lettings. We call them lettings because it's like a business. What we have seen, okay, so the high priest Aaron is coming through right now, and is really making his presence felt right now, and the 14 gods, that which we are the embodiment. In case you are new to this channel, we work with the high priest Aaron, and it's been not too long ago we have had this wonderful introduction of his presence while doing the presentations. And of course, we have known, learned, and discovered the 14 gods. So we ask for their input and their versions or explanations for us to understand who we are, and really see where we are going and what we are doing, and how we can become better versions of that which we think we are. And also, most importantly, is how to create man in our image after our likeness. Now, creating man in our image after our likeness, according to high priest Aaron, is actually to cultivate a way of knowing who you really are, is and honoring who you are, is really cultivating that person, or after your kind. So this is the imprint you are manifesting, and that you are going to live, or you are living in the earth, and is reverberating after your kind. So developing a, a culture or a manner about who you truly are is your quest, your business. Now, the one, so, oh, we're in 8 minutes. Okay, oh, 3 minutes. Yeah. So, High Priest Aaron, I was asking, for instance, what what are we meant to do? What is it we are really meant to be doing right now in this time? In this 2020 time that we have, in this quarantine time, is this era, in this new phase, what are we meant to be doing? This was my question, and this is still my question. What are we meant to be doing? Okay, well, going back, okay, Aaron is saying, going back on the discussion that we had, and really it was for me wanting to understand this text a little bit more, about Genesis of chapter 1, verse 27, that reads, "So God created man in his own image." The bit that I really want Aaron to help us with is when it says, "In the image of God created he him, male, female created he them." Now, I said to Aaron, this does not sound like it was just one person being created here. And then he's asked me to read it again and again. And he says, read it until you just read it. And I says, okay, I've been reading this thing. And he says, keep reading it. And I says, okay. So God created man in his own image. And he drew my attention to the word own, which is written in italic. And I thought, yes, I had noticed, but it's like saying, no, I want you to really notice this word now because that word is key. Okay. Is in his own image, and in the image of God created he him. So this is the he him, and I'm thinking this just sounds like, but you hear preachers are talking and no one's really explaining this he him to me in the way that makes sense. Why he him? No, 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 this is like, I want to know. So Aaron is saying, yes, you will know. So he's saying, okay, male female, you understand, created he them. So there is another, he created he them. Why couldn't it just say he created them? He created he them. Now, this reminds me of the word he because the word he is 13. And so, according to Aaron, we're going to have to really break down this text or the meaning of this quite a lot. Now, before we go into breaking this down anymore, it's like what Aaron is really saying that, and which I do understand, that there had been two creations, but in two creation, it's like a picture. It's like somewhat you've taken a picture or a file and you copy it. You copy off that picture or that file, and that's what has happened. And in Genesis of chapter 2, there's another creation happening right there. Now, what I sense, and I ask the high priest Aaron, I ask, well, which one of the creations did we come from? And that is really, and he's saying, okay, we're going to work on this together. I'm saying, okay, I'm really like ready to dig in deep once more because this is really delicious. I want to know where I come from because okay, if there were two creations, well, could we say that there was one that was good and one we say, well, not so good, meaning like male, female, or good, bad, or could we really say the creations were like this? And from what Aaron is saying, well, yes, the whole world that we see around us really explains this. So I'm feeling okay. All right. So Aaron has drawn my attention to go back to this, which I did some time ago. And this is where, of course, we discovered that we have these 14 gods. So, and the seven letters, because the Latins is of the said God. The said God is Mother Eve, the God of words, the God of wisdom, the God who is also the serpent. Basically, Mother Eve expresses herself through three numbers, prominently through three numbers: number 5, number 6, and number 7. 5, 6, 7. Wow. And thank you, Aaron, because I had not even done it in this way. So basically, on here, we are looking at Mother Eve as really prominent in this 5, 6, 7. And it's no wonder it comes 5, 6, 7. So it's like coming from IFI. So we see IFI is like 969. Okay, I'm just looking at these numbers here. If we did 9, 18, 19, 24, this would be 24, and of course this would come to 6. Well, there we go. And 6 is also 7 when we do the numerical value for that. I'm gonna have to drink some water. Mm. Okay, so having these discussions with Aaron, the high priest, on this is really essential because for us right now, I believe that after this, we are going to have a clearer understanding of where we come from. And high priest Aaron, this is what we really want to know: where exactly, how exactly are we to make sense of our origin, if you like. And so Aaron is reminding me, yes, that I had discovered that there are two sets of creation. Yes, I had discovered the 14 gods of um, Genesis. And yes, I discovered the 8 letters of Mother Eve. And he's saying, well, this is what we need to go back to with the 8 letters. And he's saying that just like it was with the children of Israel from Egypt to Canaan, there was really like a creation, a migration or exodus, and a new people. It's like a new people were being created. Aaron is saying that just as this new people would, it's like, yes, they spent 40 years in the wilderness. It's like a cleansing had to be done in to getting that new people. Now, Aaron also reminds me as well that, of course, we see that he or Moses did not enter the promised land because they already had the God factor, if you like. There was not a need. It's as if they had already put their own God factor into the children of Israel. So they became the rock, which is the numerical value of 20. So Aaron having the 2020, he's saying to show, thank you, Aaron. So Aaron is Aaron. So he's saying that this is 5, this is 22. So we are in 2020. So he's saying just as he is 2020, which is 2 2, taking these off is 2 2, it's the same thing. He's saying that he formed, and also Moses formed that rock, that foundation for the children of Israel. So when there is a foundation, you cannot see the foundation on the top of the building, or so the foundation is beneath. So basically, they really will, as they died or ceased to exist, they really form that foundation for the children of Israel. So foundation, we see the word foundation. This is what the high priest is asking me to do, the word foundation, so you really get to understand it, which is 6 6 6 3 5 4 1 2 9 6 5. So this is 20 27 30 30 41 47. 4 plus 7 is 11. So this is what they formed. Of course, 1 plus 1 is 2. So they needed to have that foundation. And he is saying that, of course, his own numerical values as 22, 2 plus 2, was indicative of the 40 years for in the desert. Okay, so we get this. And also that Moses had the numerical value of 8, which is the same thing like we have seen here. Moses, Moses, was 4 4 6 1 5 1, and adding this together, let's see if we could get more light here. So this is 6, this is 10 plus 7, 16. No, 10, this is 5, hold on, 1, yeah, that's correct. 10, 16, 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So we can see that 8 is telling us right here that it needs to be broken for that new setting, because the set is like a stage as well, because the God set, or here, and one of the gods, which is this God of setting. So the set God, which is 1 5 2 equals 8. So basically, when you set something, there's the perimeter, or you set a stage, or you set the ambience, or you set um something to dry, or it's a set. But also set has more than one, so it's also plural. So we can see that when something is set, it exists somewhere else as well. And that is what the high priest Aaron really wants us to understand, that everything has polarities, or it comes as a set. And this is where um, the high priest Aaron is drawing our attention back to Genesis of chapter 1, verse 27. And he's saying even the 27 is already telling us that in there, in that text, this is what he's saying right now, that there were already two creations. Is indicative of the two sets of creation here. Now, Aaron the high priest is also saying that and the created God is also confirming. The created God is saying, yes, there's one that I created man in his own image and likeness. The word own is really in italic, and is speaking to us, and is speaking volumes, and he's saying in the image created he him. So we see created is actually repeated twice there. The word created equals 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. And this is also coinciding very much with what we are doing right now. We are in 2020, and we are meant to create right now. Create. And the word create has in it the word et, or the word eight. So it's to cree. The cree, it's like to recreate. It's like something is being done over again, and the eight it's like it's being doubled. It's happening again. That is what to to create is like. Something has been thought of, and it's coming into another form, another way, another. So when you create nothing, this is why they said nothing is new under the sun. Nothing. So basically everything that we can think of, which is, again, we say nothing don't exist, but whatever exists is also saying that it is illusionary. However, that which we see as tangible is created. It has happened, and it is happening again. And this is where we are at. This, according to the high priest, that's where we are at. We are setting a new path. This is what the children of Israel were setting on a new journey. They did set on a new journey. They set into a new land. They set into a new path. It was a setting, and we are to do likewise here. So I'm going to basically just go over this, because I feel we need to cement our minds with these, prime our minds to understanding this. This is like a business right now, and this was like the first word Mother Eve uttered in the Genesis of chapter 1 verse 3 is let there be light, and in that was everything. In our spell, the spell really entailed everything, light in everything that exists. And the numerical value for that came to 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3, and that's what set things into motion. Okay, so we have Mother Eve's lettings, where she says, let there be light, let there be a firmament, let there be water under the heavens, let the earth bring forth grass, let there be light in the firmament, let the waters bring forth abundant, I think, creatures that which have life, let the earth bring forth living. It'd be good to see living what it was on that one, but Okay, but basically living creatures, I think, or living things, or um okay, can't see it right now, but it's on the eighth Latin or eighth letter. We could say it's also a letter because this is Mother Eve's letters of contracts, where to say, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Now, this is on the 26th verse. So this is already saying, even on the 26th verse, is indicative of two sets of human being created, and it's also indicative of six entities being created according to the high priest Aaron. Six, which I had also seen before, but Aaron the high priest is confirming to me that when it is said that God created he, him, and he, them, male and female, that there were six entities right there. So I'm like, well, where did I come in? Am I in the them or the he or the he, them, or am I the construct of all of this? And this is what I would really like an answer for. And perhaps we should really say we are the construct of all of this, because this is why it is said number six is the number of man. And I could see Aaron saying, yes, you got it. Number six is the number of man. And also, it is that we add we added Genesis. Genesis also equals 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. So we can see from this that we have an idea of where we are coming from in this sense. We are going to do a second part on this, and perhaps even a third, fourth, because I feel there is so much more. May we thank the gods and the high priest Aaron for helping us to understand and beginning to understand where we are coming from when it is said, so God created man in his own image and likeness. We are going to look at this created. We are going to deconstruct this text, because I believe this text really holds a lot of gem in it to give us, like, not only where we're at, where we come from, but also where we're going. So thank you very much, and I hope you have enjoyed this deliciousness, because I certainly have. And thank you. Stay ignited.